It's your TTA Pro, Mr. O, back with another episode. النهاردة هنراجع مع بعض امتحان EST December 2021 Literacy 2 Reading. هبدأ معاكم هشرح لكم المين ideas بعد كده هنخش على الأسئلة. Passage number 1 was a fictional passage. Passage 1 was a fictional passage. Let me identify the main ideas عشان نكون الأول. Lines 1 through 5. It was not very long after that occurred the first of my mysterious events that read us at last of the captain, though not, as you will see, of his affairs. So هنا بيset الsetting بتاعتنا, characters وكل حاجة. And then here برضو I'm in line number 14 until 20. The captain had risen earlier than usual and sat down on the beach, his cutlass swinging under the broad skirts of the old blue coat, his brass telescope under his arms, his hat tilted back upon his head. Again, it's talking about characters, it's introducing information. Let's continue. Oops, wrong button. And then we have number 24 until 32, the second paragraph. This is also a main idea. Well, mother was upstairs with father, and I was laying the breakfast table against the captain's return when the parlor door opened and a man stepped in on whom I had never set my eyes before. He was pale, tallowy creature. So this introduces a new character. This introduces a new character. And then we also have him in number 33 until 44, or this paragraph as well. I asked him what was for his service, and he said he would take soda, but as I was going out of the room to fetch it, he sat down upon the table, motioned me to draw near. I paused where I was with my napkin in hand. Come here, Sonny. So this begins events. Oops, again, this begins events. And then we also have from here 49 till 55. Well, said my mate Bill would call the captain as not. He has a cut on one cheek and mighty pleasant way with him, particular in drink, has my mate Bill. We'll put it for argument like that. Your captain has a cut on one cheek. So again, this indicates some sort of, I keep pressing the wrong button, some sort of tension. Here sets up the tension. And then finally, in 64 until 74, or actually the end, you can find that, hey, this shows us the conflict between the captain and the strange person illegay, between the captain and the strange person illegay. So let's begin here. Question number 1. The tone of the passage can best be described as. So how can we describe the tone? It's tension. There's lots of tension. So هنبدأ بالevidence الأول. We're gonna say answer D, tense and unsettling. Where do we have tense and unsettling? So here we have the unsettling part. بيتكلم عن mysterious events. So this shows us some sort of tension. It was a bitter cold winter. برضه this sets up the atmosphere. And then we have برضه من I think from 13 until 17. Pinching frosty morning. You see the word choice here, 13 till 17. This indicates a cold atmosphere. We also have min 39 till 40. Let me go down here, min 39 until 40. I pause with my napkin in my hand. This indicates unease. And then in 71 until 73, it's quite a lot of places it shows tension. The stranger kept hanging about just inside the inn door, peering around the corner like a cat waiting for a mouse. And then in 109 until 116. And then 109 until 116. Check the word choice out. All the brown had gone out of his face. It shows shock, unease, sickening. So this all indicates tense and unsettling. So tranquil and calming, that's right. Thrilling and invigorating. So thrilling and invigorating could be, it's partially true, but that's not the main tone. Fi goes excitement, but it's not as thrilling. It's more tension. So thrilling has more of a positive connotation. Ambiguous and strange, again, could be some ambiguity, could be some strangeness, but it's not the full tone of the passage. There are parts where حاجات مش واضحة, but we wouldn't say it's ambiguous in tone. It's very clear tone. So here, number 1, we're going to say answer D. Let's go to question number 2. In line number 30, wanting most nearly means, okay. Line number 30, wanting most nearly means. So he was pale, tallowy creature, wanting 2 fingers of the left hand, and though he wore cutlass. Now, again, wanting of 2 fingers means he is missing 2 fingers. At least that's how I understand it. He's missing 2 fingers. So هنا he's missing them. So again, he's desiring 2 fingers. احنا نعرفش he's desiring, right? We don't know if he's actually desiring or not. So it could be a common meaning, but it's not used properly هنا. برضو hoping, برضو wanting or hoping نفس meaning, but again, it's there. Needing now, so needing is a bit weird. حاجة أنا محتاجها, but it doesn't capture the meaning of حاجة ناقصها لي. Because you need something مش معناها ناقصة عندك, technically. So we wouldn't say that, we'd say lacking. And like we said, lacking and missing are very good meanings there. Question number 3, which of the following can be assumed of a black dog? What can we assume of a black dog? I think question 3 is evidence, yeah. So let me write down the evidence that I would. You don't necessarily have to solve evidence الأول. عشان if you read the passage, you read the context, you read عرفتوا التون وعرفتوا حاجات كتير قوي, you can assume actually, and I'll show you how. He had bad intentions for meeting the captain. Could be, by the way, right? He's coming in, محدش يعرف هو مين. Enter B. So enter B says he's never been there before. So لو تتفرجوا على الفيديو, you're gonna find it updated. He's never been there before, so excuse my language. So again, what can be assumed of black dog? He has bad intentions for meeting the captain. طبعا ده الإجابة بتاعتي. وأوريكم فين. He's never been to the place before. Could be true, but ده مش assumption ممكن نعملها. He enjoys playing tricks on people. He has a very easygoing character. Now, I just want to show you فين هو bad intentions. You're gonna find in quite a few places. So the way he's described as pale, as tallowy, this indicates very negative descriptions. وبرضه much like a fighter. He did not look much like a fighter, so this indicates he is a fighter. So there's some threat here. برضه من 41 until 59. بيتكلم عن here, hostile intention, come here, فلان موجود ولا لا. He's asking questions here. But you can see, he's asking a lot of questions. Now is my mate Bill in here house? Which way Sonny? قاعد بيسأل أسئلة. All of this indicates what? Bad intentions. برضه the narrator بيقول من 64 until 66. The expression of his face as he said these words was not at all pleasant. Again, all of this indicates a negative intentions. وبرضه من 85 until 87. Sonny, get behind the door, will give Bill a little surprise. Bless his heart, this little surprise is not a positive way, it's actually said in a very negative way. خصوصا لو عرفتوا الtone, right? So he does have bad intentions. بالنسبة the other answer choices, he's never been there before. Answer B, كتبناها. We don't know this, never been there. There's no support. No support. Excuse my terrible handwriting. He enjoys playing tricks on people. Well, this could be true. He does have a surprise, but something he enjoys. This is a misrepresentation of tone. Okay, the tone is negative. إجابة C, the tone is positive. He has a very easygoing character. ده طبعا عكس الpassage. صح. So هنا نقول answer A. Question number 4, which provides the best evidence? احنا قلنا في question number 4, he has sinister intentions or bad intentions, and the evidence is from 71 until 73. Right here. The stranger kept hanging about just inside the indoor, peering around the corner like a cat waiting for a mouse. So الكات ده بيعمل ايه بالmouse? He eats and kills the mouse, right? And so if a cat is waiting on a mouse, then a cat هياكل الماوس. So that indicates, this shows sinister intention. So in 29 till 32, this is the appearance. So no, من 35 until 36 I think مش بيتكلم عن intentions خالص, ملهاش علاقة. وبرضه إجابة دي ملهاش علاقة بالintentions. Here we're going to say answer C. Question number 5. Which of the following best describes the narrator? Is this evidence as well? No. So which one can describe the narrator? And so هنقول answer B, naive and compliant. Naive يعني مش واخد باله, not aware of the world. Compliant يعني بيسمع الكلام even if it's against his wishes. And where do we find all of this? هنا, come here, Sonny, he says, come near. I hear, I took a step near. This shows compliance. This shows compliance. بيسمع كلام, بيسمع instructions. برضو here هو بيقول, you and me, we'll just go back into the parlor, Sonny, and get behind the door, and we'll give Bill a little surprise, bless his heart. Again, compliance, naivety. برضو من 64 until 70. We have some here. I had my own reasons for thinking that the stranger was mistaken, even supposing he meant what he said, but it was no affair of mine. I thought this shows being naive, right? هو حاسس في حاجة غلط، في حاجة مش مظبوطة، بس again he doesn't go into it. And then finally برضه من 93 until 95. I was very uneasy and alarmed, as you may fancy, and it rather added to my fears to observe. This shows a lack of understanding of the true danger. So هنا نقول answer B. Now, courageous and brave, no support there. Right? There's no support being courageous or brave. You're going to tell me answer C, otherworldly and strange. برضو, it's not related. ملهاش علاقة بالcharacter. He's not otherworldly. He's not strange. Timid and benevolent. This is a half answer. It is correct, but it's half correct. On the EST exam, you're gonna need fully correct answers, not half correct answers. So the narrator ممكن يبقى timid, but benevolent, there's no support there. Giving, generous, there's no support there. Question number 6, which of the following best describes the relationship between the first paragraph and the rest of the passage? So what does the first paragraph do? Sets the scene. بيقول لك environment, الجو, الscene عامة. So we're setting the scene in paragraph number 1. In lines 4 until 8, we're talking about the winter setting. بعد كده from line 24 onwards بنتكلم عن introduction of the characters, بنتكلم عن interactions of the characters. So what is it doing? Answer D. It's not here, but you're going to see it في الامتحان عندكم. So I fixed it so that way you guys aren't confused. So like we said here, we're going to talk about answer D, scene setting followed by character developing. We're setting the scene here, character, and then by the character development. Introduction followed by characterization. Again, they don't add up, right? They don't add up. So answer A, for example, the main events followed by sub-events. So paragraph 1, ما عنديش main events. A close-up of a character followed by description. ما عندناش كده برضه close-up of a character in the beginning. Introduction followed by characterization. This is kind of correct. It doesn't capture the full thing though. Introduction. طيب, this is vague. When we say introduction, what kind of introduction? So 6 and we'll answer D. Question number 7, which literary devices does the author use the most? So we're going to say in question number 7, answer D, foreshadowing. Where is the evidence for foreshadowing? Number 1 through 5. هنا بنيجي كلمنا عن mysterious events. Right, this shows us some sort of foreshadowing. A description to a black dog, foreshadowing. The captain's reaction, foreshadowing. Now, if you talk about anything else like an allegory, right? An allegory means القصة ديت بيبقى symbol أو رمز لحاجة تانية, but this is not an allegory. And an irony, فين ironic situation? It's not in the passage. Hyperbole is extreme exaggeration. So there is, lots of descriptions of كل حاجة, but there's no exaggeration for effect. So number 7, we're going to say answer D, foreshadowing, and the evidence, exhibit A, 1 through 5, right? Again, a mysterious figure, and this foreshadows in future. Now, if you look at answer B, C, D, answer B, 24 till 29, بيوصف الراجل, but it's not, there's no foreshadowing there. Answer C with D is irrelevant. ملهمش علاقة بالدiscussion. Question number 9, service most nearly means. Line 35. I asked him what was for his service, and he said he would take soda. صح? So بيقول لي what service do you want? وبيقول له إيه هو اللي عايزه. So what is your preference, right? What would you choose? So in the context, the passage is when the narrator asks Black Dog what was for his service, he's asking Black Dog عايز يشرب إيه? What does he prefer to drink? Now, assistance indicates مساعدة. Again, he's asking about a drink order, not assistance. So, well, waiter, can you do assistance? No, we don't say that. We don't say the waiter's assisting me. Right? محدش بيقول كده. And then work, again, what was for his work? I mean, that doesn't make sense, unrelated. And then amenity, well, this is برضو a service, but it's very broad, ممكن يبقى أي حاجة, ممكن يبقى كهرباء, ممكن يبقى مية. So what's your preference is more specific. So here we're going to say answer A. Question number 10, the captain's reaction to Black Dog is similar to the reaction of. So this is an analogy-based question. You're going to find here the best answer. I think we chose answer B, a cat randomly confronted by a dog in the street. So in reaction to a black dog is shock, fear, distress. زي how cat would react, right? When cat react, ويشوف كلب is going to be shocked in fear. And you're going to find a lot of evidence here from 109 to 116. From 109 to 116, the captain spun around on his heel and fronted us. All the brown had gone out of his face, and even his nose was blue. This all shows us the shock of the captain. Now, if you check the other answer choices, a man seeing his favorite long lost son, مستحيل ده عكس. إجابة C, a woman seeing a rival coworker constantly. Again, it's مش بيورينا ال reaction نفسه of the shock. A businessman coming face to face with the CEO. Again, this is not enough to show me shock. So this was passage 1. So passage number 2 is a bit harder طبعا. Again, strategy ممكن نعملها. ممكن أقرأ topic sentence, skim ال details, أقرأ concluding sentence. There's a lot of strategies ممكن نطبقها هنا. So عامة بيدينا information كتير جدا 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 عن أنواع الفولكانوز، عن الأنديز، بالcharacteristics، بالlocations، بالactivities. ف important points بقى فيها information, important parts of information من line 8 until 22. من line 8 until 22. طبعا مش هقرا كل ده، بس هنا بيتكلم عن it describes the number and types of volcanoes in the region. And then بعد كده من 23 until 27. And then 23 until 27. This area بيدينا forms of different volcano summits. So بيتكلم عن cones, how the cones look. And then من 38 until 45. هنا بيكلمنا عن the materials بيطلع من the volcanoes. And then all this is not important actually, believe it or not. And then 97 until 107, this area. هنا بيكلمنا عن statistics about the numbers and heights of volcanoes. Right? So this is the information عامة. This is the information. There's some other parts too, Zayman 1 until 7, from 65 to 96, other important parts, but that important information. So let's begin with question number 11. The primary purpose of the passage is to, now again, the correct answer is D. Detail the different volcanoes in the Andes chain. Now again, with specifications, lots of places for evidence for this, right? There are quite a few numbers, 8 until 22, 23 until 27 كل دولت 38 until 45 and 97 to 107 كل دولت بيكلموني عن the number of volcanoes with detail on different volcano summits بيكلمني عن materials بيكلمني عن statistics. So answer D is the best answer. If I check my other answer choices, answer A, argue the recent eruptions as harmful to the environment. Unfortunately ده خارج discussion. The passage مش بيركز على الharm. So off topic. Provide historical record of volcano eruptions. So في some information عنها بس ده مش main focus. Enumerate the number of mountains in the Andes chains. Again, this is too specific. مش بيتكلم بس عن numbers of mountains في بقى تفاصيل or بقية تفاصيل. Question number 12. How would you describe this passage or the structure of the passage? Passage structure معناها ترتيب الباسج. رتبنا الباسج ازاي. And we're going to say this is an informative passage. It's a lot of details about the volcanoes, about the chain, about the characteristics, about the activities. مفيش, it's not trying to support an argument or investigate ولا أي حاجة زي دي. Now, again, if you look at the other structures, cause and effect, well, again, although ممكن في cause and effect, that's not the primary focus of cause and effect. صح? It's all about informative. يديك حاجة, يديك معلومة, بعدين يديك تفاصيل. Investigation, so what are we investigating, right? And argumentative, again, what are you trying to convince me of? So here, 12D. Number 13, the author used which of the following to support his text? Now, again, if you go to the answer choice, you're going to say it's authoritative reference. Where do we have this? In line 47 until 49. According to Dr. T. Sherry, and then this is authoritative reference. في بيكلم مثلا دكتور أو حد عنده علم من 59 until 60. The Orbigini considers, and then 79 until 81. Endorsed by Humboldt, right? So all of this indicates authoritative reference. Now, direct quotation, there is no direct quotation. عندنا reference, but there's no direct quote. And then statistics, there are numbers, but that's not the main method to support his ideas. في كم رقم كده or statistic كده, but again, it's not the main form of support. نيجي نتكلم عن main form بنقول أكتر أغلب, right? And then anecdote is not in this passage. A personal story مش موجودة. Number 14, which provides evidence. I think it was pretty clear. 74 until 81, according to Humboldt, right? 74 until 81 according to Humboldt. The rest of the evidence, again, ولا واحد فيهم لهم reference. ولا واحد فيهم بيقول لي فلان قال فلان عمل. Question number 15, capped means what? It means stopped. Let's go to the discussion here. Line number 5. and capped with a trachyte or porphyre. What are we talking about? We're talking about the top of a volcano, the mountain chain, right? And it's capped, a cap bigi at the top. صح, a cap bigi at the top. So again, improved, unrelated, ملهاش علاقة بالدiscussion. Limited, again, is it limited؟ ده عكس المينينج. And surpassed، احنا مش بنقارن. If I'm going to surpass something, لازم أقارن حاجة بحاجة. Number 16, the author assumes which of the following true to be of the reader. I'll go with answer C. The reader is familiar with the names of the volcanoes and technical terms of rock types. وليه بنقول كده؟ The author بيستخدم numerous volcano names and geological terms من غير explanation. من غير explanation. So مثلا بيديني كل الnames دولت. This chunk right here specifically, صح؟ Lots of names, lots of terms, no explanation. So كده بيظن انت فاهم الnames دولت وفاهم types دولت. Now, if you check out answer A, right? If you check out answer A, the reader is familiar with the substance that emits from the Ecuadorian volcano. بس passage بيشرح الموضوع ده, right? It's familiar with the substance, right? 35, 36, 7. It's mentioned here. All of these. So if he's familiar with the substances اللي طلع مش هيقول لي, liquid lava, chiefly water, mud, ashes, fragments of مش عارف ايه. So that wouldn't work out. And answer B, the reader's familiar with forms of altar, Chimborazo, and Cotopaxi. Again, you do have evidence from 23 until 26. بيقول لا. The truncated cone of مش عارف ايه, the jagged alpine مش عارف ايه. So that بيوصف, like he's giving you explanation. So he assumes you don't know it. And then answer D, the reader has never heard of volcano tops. But again, this contradicts the level of passage عشان it's very dense. فلو الريدر مش عارف حاجة بسيطة زي volcano top مش هيتكلم عن الدiscussion في الباسج, مش هيكلمنا عن volcanoes أساسا. What is the relationship between Altar, Chimborazo, and Cotopaxi to the rest of the volcanoes? I assume this is, no, it's not evidence, right? So عايزين نلاقي relation between the three. Answer B, they work as prototypes to the rest of the volcanoes. Always look for evidence. It's 23 until 30. The truncated cone of Cotopaxi, the jagged alpine crest of Altar, and the dome of Chimborazo, Teleta Dolat, are the representative forms of volcano summits. Here you go. All right, so these are the prototypes they represent. And that's what we're saying, Sah. That's what we're saying. So answer A, again, they were initially awakened from the rest of the volcanoes. Mafish discussion of being awakened, right? Mafish حاجة ليها علاقة بكده. Answer C, they synchronously erupt while the rest of the volcanoes do not. Well, no, it's the accent passage in 7476 بيقول العكس. There's no synchronism, right? So this acts, they are silent while the rest are constantly erupting. There's no support. ده مش مكتوب في الpassage. Answer B is the best answer. Number 18, which of the following is not true? This is an evidence-based question. Which of the following is not true according to the passage? Answer B, the Ecuadorian volcanoes mainly emit water and liquid lava. هنلاقيها في evidence من 38 until 41. The Ecuadorian volcanoes have rarely rejected liquid lava, but chiefly water, mud, ashes, and fragments. So it's not just water. And liquid lava? لا, العكس. So it's not mentioned. It's not lava. It's just liquid water والحاجات ديت. It's not lava. It's not including lava. So we're going to say answer B. Again, the other answer choices موجودين. Answer A, less than half of volcanoes are active. ده موجود in line 17 until 22. All right, ده موجود until 17. 20 volcanic mountains throughout the valley, of which 12 are in the Oriental chain. 3 of the 20 are now active. So less than half. So 3 of 20. Less than half, right? Cotopaxi has not erupted recently. I think that موجود من 87 till 89. We must mention, however, that since the recent awakening of Pinchancha, Cotopaxi has been unusually silent. يعني has not erupted. صح, مش موجودة. وبرضه يجيب D, New World porphyries do not contain any quartz and rarely any mica. So that موجود من line 56 until 58. They differ from the old world porphyries in containing no quartz and seldom mica, right? So these are all there. Now the evidence, again, 30 until 41 زي ما احنا قلنا في question. Let's go to question number 20. This image, the graphic best supports which part of the paragraph? Number 20, this is the graphic. وبيوريني بقى the things, right? The graphic shows a number of volcanoes for the Andean chain, which is directly discussed Finba. Where are these four volcanoes discussed? The only place is first paragraph. مش موجودين في second paragraph. إجابة B, okay, yeah, إجابة C in the third paragraph. It discusses rock composition, مش volcanoes. So in the fourth paragraph, I mean, yeah, Ecuador volcanoes. So this shows us the volcano. El tops برضو. Yeah, so it's paragraph 1. You all see it's showing us the volcano tops. والاختلافات ما بينهم. Wow, tricky one. Question number 21. Mr. Sema, 21, Mr. Sema. Line 64, right? Feeble. And the prevalence of trachite shows that products have cooled under feeble pressure. So what does feeble mean here? It means weak, right? So بنتكلم عن pressure. So الحاجة الوحيدة اللي ممكن تنفع is weak, not hot pressure, timid pressure. Ineffective, it's close to meaning بس مش بيدينا exact exact reason, right? Weak is a more specific word. Okay, so we finished passage 2. Now we're in passage 3. Okay, so here we're dealing with a double passage. So critical line numbers. I mean, honestly, the passage كلها عامة is pretty important. You do have to read generally the full passage, or على الأقل skim the full passage. Double passage for EST, a bit iffy, a bit iffy. But let's begin with question number 22. What is the purpose of lines 1 until 4? What is the purpose from lines 1 until 4? And the best answer here is answer B. The author is attempting to convey a sense of urgency. Okay, طيب. ليه بقى؟ The opening lines بيضغط على فكرة the importance and difficulty of correctly diagnosing disease. Okay, so هنا بيقول لنا the importance of recognizing disease and the seat of nature of morbid change occurring in an organ or group of organisms cannot be overestimated. Right, so be like, do not lean back on this. Now again, the A seeks to disparage. No, right? That is a misrepresentation of the tone. عشان he's not disparaging, يعني disparaging, saying ما تعملش, ما تروحش, مش عارف إيه. So A is unacceptable. Enter C. The author is discrediting unprofessionals, ده مش موجود, right? The author is recognizing that change in the organs is common. Now again, could be true, but not the main point. That's not the purpose of the lines, right? Although it is true. Number 23, passage 1 is mostly likely written from the point of view of. Now again, how do we get the point of view? How do we identify the point of view? من word choice من الكلام المكتوب. So here we're going to say answer D. Now why? El detail, right? A technical knowledge الموجودة في passage. This all indicates a professional veterinarian, right? In line 45 until 55, right here, for example, Migi or like symptoms. A veterinarian does this. Lots of things here. In 28 until 32, again, هنا بيكلمنا عن examination process. And then line 3 until 13, line number 3, morbid change, in 13, the physiological functions, this indicates a professional veterinarian. Now, again, بالنسبة للother answer choice is an amateur, but it's very specific and detailed. There's a depth of knowledge, so it's not written from an amateur point of view. A layman زي جابت A كده مستحيل و C مستحيل عشان the level of knowledge is a very high level of knowledge. With برضو word choice, very high level word choice. Question number 24. Which of the following does the author of passage 1 indicate as being important for understanding diseases? You're going to go with knowledge of the symptoms. And where is it mentioned in line 14 until 20? All right, we must be familiar with the animal when it is in good health in order to be able to recognize any deviation. Okay, knowledge of the symptoms. And we must learn from personal observation the different symptoms. So very clearly هنا بيقول لنا what it does. Now, if you check the other answer choices, a career vet, I mean, that's too narrow. الباسج مش بيemphasize لازم ابقى career vet. الباسج بيemphasize عشان افهم عشان اعرف symptoms لازم برضو اعرف الانيمال ده بيبقى healthy امتى. So answer A is a no good answer. And answer B, making quick and random examinations, obviously contradicts the text. The exact condition, a general and systematic examination is necessary. So it's not quick. And awareness of treatments. Again, awareness of treatment is not the main focus of the author. It's not why it's important to be aware of treatment. What's important is نفهم صحة الأنيمال الأول، بعد كده بنفهم whether or not the animal's sick. And we identified the evidence خلاص. إجابة A من 14 till 20. إجابة B 25 until 27, it emphasizes examination. Okay. بس مش الsymptoms أو لازم نعرف الsymptoms. And answer C, it's relevant برضو but it's not the most direct. بيتكلم عن examination process من 28 until 32 بس برضو again it doesn't show us. We need to know the symptoms الأول, right? And then answer D, it's off topic. So here we're going to say answer A. Question number 26, as used in line 61, head most nearly means. 61, a direct symptom may also be considered under this head because of its direct relation to the set of disease. So the head means the top, right? The main category. Answer D. عشان هو هنا بيقول لنا the head means category, right? Again, skull, intellect, leader, ده ممكن يبقى كلام عن الحاجات ديت. Head does mean these, but again, حسب the context. And in this context, we're talking about a type of disease or category of disease. Number 27, is this evidence? Yes. Number 27, which of the following is not mentioned? Which of the following is not mentioned? You can say answer C, carbonate of soda is given in all cases of diarrhea. Where is the evidence? Min 88 until 90. In a more obstinate form, give the 2 drachms of carbonate soda in the food. No, okay? In more obstinate form. So in diarrhea, لو أقوى, that's when you give carbonate soda, مش in all cases. Now, again, the other answer choices are there. Answer A, diarrhea most frequently affects young cows. It's from 98 until 99. Calves are subject to this disease, diarrhea. Okay? So answer B, diarrhea in cows is exhibited in an unyielding manner. Them in 77 until 80. Go back here. Occasionally, it assumes a very obstinate form in consequence of the imperfect secretion. So it's a very obstinate form. It's there. This indicates strong diarrhea or unyielding diarrhea. And answer D, 105 into 106. Critical cases of diarrhea include blood in the stool of the animal, ده موجودة هنا, passes mucus and blood with the feces. Feces is stool. Feces is stool. So 27 would answer C. Number 28, احنا خلاص قلنا evidence. I think we said the evidence was answer B, من 88 until 90. Now again, the other answers are there. Like مثلا إجابة A, it describes the diarrhea but not carbonate soda. 98 وإجابة C وإجابة D نفس البروبلم. Question number 29. The author discusses diarrhea as a common disease for cattle. Which of the following best provides evidence for the author's credibility? So, is Zainab waskin for the author? How can we trust the author? And answer C, the author used specific references to treatments in all cases of diarrhea. Now, again, the author Bidina detailed treatment instructions of the cases of diarrhea, so that shows us his expertise. So, fin الحاجات ديت موجودة فين؟ موجودة من line number 86 until 97. This chunk right here. This shows us credibility, how to do the treatment. وبرضه من 109 until 120. If كذا اعمل كذا. If مش عارف ايه اعمل كذا. So this shows us the credibility of the author. Question number 30. Which of the following best describes a similar aspect of both passages? Now, this answer right here, guys, the answer key is going to tell you A. Both passages discuss disease found in cattle. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. So the answer officially is answer A. Okay. Now, I like answer C as well. And I'm going to contact the EST board for this. In 14 until 20, answer C, both passages discuss symptoms as the essential element. So we have it here, understanding the symptoms. And in passage 2, in line 104 to 108, it also shows us understanding symptoms. But answer A is a more solid answer. So we're going to say answer A. بالنسبة answer B, الاثنين بيتكلموا عن treatment, but passage 1 is not, that's not the main focus. Right, it's not the main focus of passage 1. We answer D, both بيتكلم عن technical terms, ولكن it's not a characteristic of them. So remember, when you're dealing with these types of questions في ال EST وشايفين في إجابة أحسن من التاني مثلا, choose the one الموجود في أغلبية الباسج, في معظم الباسج. Which of the following best describes the difference between the two passages? So we're looking for differences, and we're going to say B. Passage 1 focuses on symptoms, while passage 2 specifically tackles disease and treatments. And passage 1 does focus on symptoms. بيدينا an overview of the symptoms والimportance of the symptoms. وpassage 2 بيتكلم عن diarrhea. وفين في passage 1 بيكلمنا عن symptoms من 14 till 20. Right here بيتكلم عن symptoms من 45 until 55 برضو بيتكلم عن symptoms وpassage 2 برضو بيتكلم عن symptoms or excuse me passage 2 بيتكلم عن treatment من بداية line number I think 75 until 120 or here right there. So we talk about treatment, not specifically symptoms. And finally 32 wastes most nearly means line 105 wastes in flesh. So we're going to talk about waste in flesh. What does that mean? It means to deteriorate. عشان بيتكلم عن مرض, right? It ruins the flesh. It abuses the flesh. Waste in flesh, worsening symptoms. And then misuse, fade, splurge. ملهاش علاقة بالدiscussion. So this was passage 2 review. Passage 3 review. Okay, so this passage بقى بيركز لنا على ايه؟ بيركز على an explorer went to ancient Egypt back in the day. افتكر هيبقى king or something like that. الناس هيقعدوا يستنوا بقى عليه وكده. بس طلع بقى راح ولازم يتسوح في الرمل وتراب ومش عارف ايه ومش عارف ايه. كل سنة وانت طيب يا عم. مرحبا بيك يا عم. Right? So the main ideas are actually quite a few. من 1 until 32, this first paragraph كلها is important. عشان كده بنقرا introductory paragraph. بعد كده من 52 until 67 is another set of important pieces of information. 68 until 91. And 100 to 108. So these are the points. So اكتبها لكم تاني برضو 1 until 32. 52 until 67, 68 until 91, 92 until 99, and 100 until 108. All of these are important points. Okay, I paused. عشان اجيب البتاع. I'm cold. Cold day today. Cold day today. Let's begin. Going to the first two paragraphs. Okay, the professor can be described as ignorant of reality. Okay, now the Englishman he has unrealistic expectations. He has unrealistic expectations. الاكسبكتيشنز بتاعته ايه؟ هيروح الناس هيتعاملوا معاه يا عم بس مرحبا مصر بقى. Now, if you see how he's described in 4 until 7, a flauntlessly attired Englishman whose thirst for dramatic adventure had led him to his officer. من 14 till 19, افتكر بقى يروح ويلاقي pharaohs والجولد والسيلفر الدنيا دي. وبرضه من 20 until 32 it illustrates his romanticized view but طلع lax. So he is ignorant of reality. Now answer B, lacking diligence معناها ما عندوش work ethic. بس ما نعرفش هو lacking diligence ولا لا. ما نعرفش عنده ضمير ولا لا. Answer C is contradicted by the text, realistic and wary, the opposite text. And answer D, stubborn and obstinate. Again, ما فيش evidence for كده. So we can say answer A. And now we need evidence. And we can say the evidence بتاعتنا is answer A برضو من line 16 until 19. Here, gold, silver, and precious stones gleamed before him in his imagination. This shows us ignorant of reality, unrealistic expectations. Very, very direct. Now, Bale answer choices, مثلا من 25 until 28, right? This doesn't show us his ignorance of reality. ليه علاقة ب unrealistic expectation بس مش ignorance بتاعتها. With C and D, these are the reality itself, right? So we're gonna say answer A. 35, score most nearly means. Okay, so here, face to face with a score of pharaohs, many, كتير, lots of, right? Plenty. Answer B. We go with answer B. Actually, a score of pharaohs means a large number of pharaohs. Now again, answer C. Answer A is unrelated to the context. ملهاش علاقة نتيجة. Answer C ملهاش علاقة برضو. Answer D برضو ملهاش علاقة. So we're going to say answer B, number 36, which summarizes the lines from 92 until 108. 92 until 108. We can say here the answer is A, so 92 until 108. This chunk. So we say answer A, the author is preparing the reader for disappointment of an excavation and the beginning of his experience as an excavator. So now, first of all, the author بيدينا contrast ما بين unrealistic expectations بتاعته والdisappointment في real life. While also introducing experience بتاعته, we're going to find من 92 until 96 بيتكلم عن fruitless excavation. So dawning interest of the reader has now been thoroughly cooled. Okay, so he's preparing the reader for disappointment. By these words, it may presume that it will be utterly annihilated by the following narration of the fruitless excavation. So this shows us a disappointment as the reader يقول well هيلاقي وهيعمل بس في الآخر بيقول لا هو بيسطب لك يقول لك لا مش هلاقي حاجة. And then the first excavation موجودة هنا. Right? So we say answer A, that's the best answer. Now answer B misinterprets the focus, right? So answer B, although بنتكلم عن Petrie, that's not the focus of the experience. So it's wrong. And then answer C, برضو, it mischaracterizes the tone. The author is complaining about fruitless excavation. He's not really complaining. He's not complaining here. He's just setting it up. And the author is redirecting the reader's attention. Now again, the accent passage. To his ambitious and successful adventures, based on the following information, بيورينا it's neither successful nor is it adventure. Number 37, the use of parentheses gives the tone of, right? So let's go back to line 15. Right here. Of the pharaohs as one would expect. So this is a tone of sarcasm. ليه؟ عشان ده يرجع لفكرة ال unrealistic expectations هيلاقي وهيعمل فهو بيتكلم معانا وبيقول well ال unrealistic expectations دولت قلت هلاقي pharaohs والذهب والجولد والسيلفر as one would expect. So it's sarcastic, right? It's sarcastic. Merriment. Merriment is like humor. Although it is humorous, it's not merriment, joyous, happy. So answer A is eliminated. And then C, disdain, hate. Of course not. So. Or anguish is too strong. These two words are too strong. Number 38. The perspective from which the author writes influences the style of a text, so that resembles a narrative. بيقول I كتير قوي بيتكلم عن الاكسبكتيشنز بتاعته بيتكلم عن رأيه هو. These are all narratives. لما نيجي نتكلم مثلا عن إجابة A, dissertation, this formal structure, academic tone, ده مشيش مع الباراgraph. Okay, it's inconsistent. We'll give it B, a report. Again, there is information, it is informative, but it's too personal. So A and B are wrong عشان it's too personal. بيتكلم on the experiences of one guy. And then answer D, a fairy tale. Well, no, right? ده عكس عشان بيتكلم عن حاجة هو عملها وشافها وتسوح فيها. Number 39, assigned or set most nearly means. Let's go to line 101. I was set. I was ready. Okay, I was set many years ago to the task of. Oh, okay, so I was set with the task. So if you're set with a task, that means you're given a task. So you're assigned a task. And number 40, the author claims which of the following? The author claims which of the following? C, the reality of the discoveries is unlike exaggerated tales. Lots of evidence here in 79 till 85. Right here, this indicates, directly states, well, the pale before the description. Finds pales before the description, right? So this indicates exaggerated tales. They're not like the reality itself. برضو من line number 33 until 51. بيتكلم عن author's experiences, the reality of the discoveries. وبرضو من 14 till 32. So here we're going to go with answer C. The other answer choice is exhibit A. Archaeologists in Egypt have found a lot of gold, so they keep returning. Axel text, Axel passage. Discovery officer takes thousands of long, full years of labor. Seriously, it's exaggerated. It's too exaggerated. Thousands of years. And answer D. Anyone can become an archaeologist if they have the necessary skill set. We don't discuss this in the passage, but we support. Number 41, the author is most likely an experienced archaeologist. أنا مش هتكلم كتير في الموضوع ده عشان أتكلم عن experiences بتاعته. I mean, line 100 to 108, it talks about what he did to go and do. This shows us experienced archaeologists. The others are not supported. A, B, ما فيهاش support. C, an international student at Cairo University. The level of expertise is more than just a student. عشان راح وعمل excavations نفسه. And then finally here, number 42, which provides evidence, 100 and until 104. صح? We even identified this. أما راح عمل excavation بإيده. The other answers are not related. This was passage 4. Next, we're heading into passage 5. Okay, so now we're going into passage number 5. So passage 5 بيكلمنا عن diamonds و limitations of diamonds. بنبدأ الباسج بيكلم عن challenges of the diamonds في البداية. The passage برضه بيكلم عن composition of stress and paste. وبعد كده بيكلم عن doublets و triplets. So the critical line numbers, for example, من line 1 until 12 or paragraph number 1. هنا بيكلم عن the challenges of diamonds, and then برضه من 13 until 29. بنتكلم هنا عن stress or the plates, excuse me, stress or paste من 46 until 66. I assume it's up here somewhere. Yeah, 46 until 66 right here. بنتكلم عن the doublets من 67 until 73. بنتكلم عن use of a file for testing stones and introduces the concept of stone hardness. So introduce hardness من 74 till 91. برضو بنتكلم عن doublets. من 92 until 108 بنتكلم عن triplets. So these are the ideas. So let's begin reviewing right now. Question number 43, the main idea of the passage is, right? هنقول إجابة A, discuss characteristics of diamond manufacturing and their limitations and their imitations, right? So where do we find this? 1 until 12 is the evidence. 13 till 29. 30 until 45. So 1 until 12 بيتكلم عن challenges of manufacturing real diamonds. 1329 بيتكلم عن the process of creating imitation diamonds. Right? We'll talk about imitations من 13 till 29. 30 till 45 بيتكلم عن الimitation ده ازاي هو بيبقى sold and identified. Now, the other answers, so answer B, for example, explore the risks of selling imitation diamonds. I think that's موجودة من 53 until 55 right here. But again, this is the risk, but that's not the main focus. Answer C is not mentioned. It's not supported. Answer D, introduce the hardness of different stones. It is موجودة هنا. However, that's not the main focus. So we're going to go with answer A. 44, what does the author state about the creation of diamonds? We're going to say answer C, since diamonds take time to form, glass that resembles diamonds can be made quickly instead. 10 until 12, موجودة هنا. The action of weight and pressure extending unbroken through perhaps ages of time. So this shows us diamonds take time through ages and pressure. 16 until 18 هنا بيتكلم عن الساينتست بيقولوا ايه. These continuously for ages. Therefore, the chemist must manufacture the jewels in such a manner that they may soon see the results of his labors. And then 18 till 20. And though real diamonds may be made and with comparative ease from boron and these diamonds are but microscopic, nor can the number of them be fused into a single stone. So we have all of these places, what we can do, or, what does the author state about the creation of diamonds? Now, the other answer choices, right? They have found a successful way to create a diamond. Lines 1 through 3, it's Aks. With regard to diamonds, the manufacture of these has not yet been very successful. Answer B, artificial color enhances and imitation diamonds shine. That's not mentioned in the text, unsupported. We'll answer D. Weight and pressure are 2 of 5 main components of creating a diamond. Damoguda, I think in lines 9 through 10, in which they're obtained through the action of weight and pressure. So while the weight and pressure is mentioned, yeah, I don't think it's 5 components though. Yeah, that was the tricky part. So that's not supported. So we're going to go with answer C. Evidence is very direct here in line 16 until 29 زي ما احنا قلنا. زي ما احنا قلنا, diamonds take time to form, glass resembles diamonds and can be made instead. واحنا قرأنا الجزء ده كل ده. And then here, the glass for this purpose is usually composed. For this purpose, that purpose. So جاي شايفين برضو بيجي بعد الإيفيدنس موضوع why we use glass. So we read the context of evidence. Question number 46. The word found most nearly means هنقول discovered. موجودة هنا في line 69. we found that quartz is in the 7th degree. So بنتكلم عن ايه؟ بنتكلم عن حاجة لقوها, right? Information that they learned. So it's something that was discovered. The other answer choices, again, gathered. It's not precise in context. So مش بدي meaning of knowledge. ولا واحد فيهم بدينا meanings of knowledge. And that's the focus here of knowledge. Number 47, according to the passage, a chemist cannot create a diamond ring because. So why can't a chemist create a diamond ring? Here, the diamonds forged are too tiny and cannot be joined. Where's the evidence? In 23 until 27. The these diamonds are but microscopic, right there. Very clear, very, very direct. Now again, exhibit A, stress only gives brilliance of stone, unsupported مش موجودة في passage. Answer B, a diamond's appearance cannot be replicated. بس احنا بنتكلم عن imitation diamonds, so it could be replicated. Axel passage. Answer D, the chemist must use colorless glass, which cannot be imitated. بس the Axel passage. Right? But for colorless diamonds, the glass requires no such addition tint to it. So هنا بيقول which cannot be imitated, بس هنا بنقول we can imitate it. So 47 نقول answer C. 48, line 91, stand most nearly means. Such a stone will of course stand most tests. يعني يستحمل most tests, right? Stand معناه يستحمل عامة, مش rise ولا sustain. They could mean by these things, بس هنا بنتكلم عن test. So endure. بيستحمل. ليه؟ عشان it can pass a test. Number 49. Which of the following is the best and most precise method to test a stone? I think answer D, use triplets for testing. وده موجودة في line 95 until 101. A stone in this nature is called... Okay, so a stone is called a doublet, and it is evident that when it is tested on the underside, it will prove too soft. Therefore, the triplet has been introduced. So, just in case it's inaccurate مع doublet, okay, now you can use a triplet. And I think the evidence here, well, we identified the evidence من 93 until 97 زي ما انتم شايفين هنا, as we identified. Number 51, according to the graph, which of the following would be affected by a file? I think it was answer A in opal, and I think is من 69 till 73. Well, if you check the graph الأول, opal عشان the hardness 5.1, 5.5 to 6.5, right? So here we have opal, 5.5 to 6.5, the hardness, right? And if you go back to the evidence, but I think the evidence كتبتها in 69 till 73, right here. In all cases, however, a hollowed file will abrade the surface of a false stone. In chapter 7, we found that quartz is in the 7th degree of hardness, and an ordinary file is but a shade harder than this, so that almost all stones higher than 7 are unaffected. أي حاجة more than 7 is unaffected, right? And opal is less than 7. Spinel is more than 7. No. Beryl is more than 7. I think it's more than 7. No. And sapphire is more than 7. No. So أي حاجة more than 7 can be scratched, and opal is less than 7. What is the purpose of the final paragraph? So we're going to say answer B, to introduce triplets. عشان بيقول لنا لو doublet مش نافع خلاص ممكن ننفع triplet, وبيشرح لنا what that triplet is. So this is December 2021 review. Thank you for watching. Hope you did well. شوف the report, you can learn anything. Mr. Sema out.